The goddess has a message for you. To receive your message from the goddess, you must pick one of these two groups. Here we have group number 1. This is Guinevere, the goddess of marriage, number 23. And then this is group number 2. This is Ellen, the goddess of decisions. So go ahead, take a moment, make your selections between one of these two groups. I will include the timestamps in the description and the comments section so that you can fast forward. Welcome, group number 1. You picked Guinevere, the goddess of marriage. And Guinevere's message to you starts with her doomed love affair with Lancelot. And that doomed love affair began when she fell in love with temptation. So this started the disintegration of the Round Table and Arthur's kingdom, her betrayal. And so her message to you is that true, genuine, heartfelt love means putting a loved one's happiness before your own. This is a difficult message, right? Because a lot of us, we tend to put ourselves first. It's the generation of me, me, me. But her message to you is, if you want to keep the kingdom together, you have to put someone, you have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice for love. You have to put someone else first. That is what true, genuine, heartfelt love means, putting a loved one's happiness before your own. True love within you helps you discover a hidden beauty and loyalty, which is a test of your faithfulness. Your nearest and dearest value and respect, your loyalty brings truthfulness and tact. So essentially, loyalty is what you decide in your soul, knowing that it brings self-respect and honor to those who trust you. Now, we're going to go ahead and move on to the tarot cards. We've got the 5 of Coins and the Page of Swords. And what an interesting card to get, the 5 of Coins. This card talks of hardships, financial hardships, homelessness, abandonment, downcast, loneliness, isolation, struggle. I think that some of you are going through this period of instability. We see here a woman outside in the cold, locked out of what appears to be a kingdom or a palace, and people giving her charity, but she's not, having a good time, right? She's definitely going through it. And this doesn't have to be financial. It can be more. It can be a lack of emotional stability, mental stability. It can just be a lot of things. We get a clue with the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords says written messages, communication, ideas, information, inspiration, and direction. So what you are lacking in is direction. You don't know what to do. You're unmotivated. You lack inspiration at this time. Your ideas, you don't know if they're good. You don't know if they're bad. You just don't know, right? At this moment, you're looking for a little bit of guidance because you just don't have it. The Page of Swords is essentially you. It's that inner divine child in you trying to find that spark, that zest. And it's interesting that you did get Guinevere, that you picked this Guinevere, which talks of betrayal, talks of potentially doing something wrong. So I think that maybe, if you did pick this group, a lot of you are in a place where your disloyalty to something, even yourself, has led you to this lack. So let's go ahead and take a look at the oracle cards here, and let's see what is coming for you. We start with a card of abundance. Okay, so this is a very, very inviting card to get. Fortune, wealth, and plenty. This is the goddess of abundance. And so what we have here is an illustration of someone who is going to achieve great things with the things that she is essentially thinking of, right? We have elephant spirit showing up, which is a symbol of stability. It's a symbol of status. It's a symbol of firm foundations underneath you. So whatever it is that you are doing, whatever it is that you're going to do is going to bring you great abundance, great fortune, great wealth, and plenty. Now, let's go ahead and move on to grief, okay? Because we still do have this message of grief showing up here, and you've got the goddess Allah showing up, and she is pretty much telling you that you're holding unprocessed grief. You want to skip over it and get back to normal, but grief doesn't go away because you ignore it. The only way to healing is to walk through it. Losing a loved one is the ultimate heartbreak, but you also experience grief after breakups, job loss, and disappointments. Self-love and self-care are required at this time, says this goddess to you. So ask for support. Be gentle with yourself. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the final goddess and message. We have the goddess Sif showing up here. This is the goddess of free spirit, fertility, and taking a leap of faith. Very interesting goddess. And, this is definitely someone who is here to inspire you. This is the Earth Goddess who has just beautiful, beautiful golden hair like corn. And she encourages you to embrace your ideas moving forward. Allow them to grow, to be fertile, just like the crops. If you have dreams and ideas, now is a great time to nurture them. Leap into your visions with faith. Sith is the card of the Fool, which speaks of newness, new kind of, even a reckless abandonment for what's going on, embracing the here and now. And so this card marks a new cycle of self-discovery. If you so desire, this is a time to start a journey and an adventure. Setting out essentially will require some bravery, but if you follow your intuition and are open to life, you will expand your horizons. Everything is full of promise for you at this time. Group number 1, embrace the unknown. Welcome, group number 2. You picked Ellen, the goddess of decisions. And Ellen is essentially the witch of the witching hour. The witching hour at midnight is Ellen's greatest hour. She'll see you through moments of despair, since daylight always follows night. And so she is telling you to look before you leap. Consider your motives when making decisions. Use willpower so your spirit rules the body. And keep going to the end of the road and enjoy the journey, says Ellen to you. Then we move on to your tarot cards. We've got here Temperance, and we've got the Knight of Swords. We start with Temperance. This is a card that's talking of balance, harmony, calm, serenity, peace, healing, diplomacy, and moderation. Here we have the keywords associated with Temperance. These are the keywords that you are being asked to embrace at this time from the goddess, right? Balance, harmony, calm, serenity. Seems like a lot of you are going through a bit of insecurity, but not really insecurity that comes from not knowing your value, but mostly lack of direction, not knowing what's there. This is the energy of someone who is trying to use the light of the moon to see through the darkness, but it's very difficult. So bring a little bit of balance into your life. Stop going into this emotional excess, potentially giving too much of yourself. Come back into balance. And then we have finally the Knight of Swords. And this is a beautiful illustration of you. This speaks of fast-moving, impatience, rash, fearlessness, brave, daring, direct, going against the flow. Now, there's some good keywords, and there's some keywords to be aware of, right? We have impatience, and so I think that a lot of you want certain things to happen at a certain time. You want to control the narrative. You want to control the situation, and that's a good thing because, if you are able to bring that energy, you are going to be the fearless, brave warrior, right? That goes against the flow and tries to change and alter. But unfortunately, that can also lead to your demise, which is why we go right back to Temperance, which is asking you to come back into balance. Balance all of these keywords out with the Knight of Swords so that you can reach a place of true harmony. Now, let's go ahead and move on to your other oracle cards. We start with the Sacred Gratitude card. This is the goddess that speaks of being thankful for what you have around you, reverent appreciation, prayer. Pray, ask, connect. There's definitely a sense here of bringing down the power of Spirit, Source, God into your life in order to create something new. Use that power, but it starts with being thankful for what you have, thankful for the energies around you. They're here to help you, not destroy you. Then we move on to the goddess Saralakali. This is divine lineage. She's asking you to create or nourish your ancestral altar or shrine. Unbury your ancestors. Speak their names. Your divine lineage ancestors may be blood related or culturally or spiritually connected. Very beautiful process here that this divine goddess is asking you to partake in. And then finally, we have the goddess Oya. This is the goddess of storms and meaningful destruction. She who tore, essentially, is who this goddess is. She is the storm and the warrior goddess who brings change. In a world of purple sky, she creates thunder and lightning that brings sacred destruction and clears the way for new growth. Essentially, this is growth, a chance to build stronger foundations. Allow it to take what is no longer needed, to strip away anything not truly you. Sudden change can bring feelings of insecurity, but trust in the letting go. It can open you to the freedom that it brings.